Victor Guerin, Musqueam, Musqueam.
The Musqueam Reserve sits at the mouth of the Fraser River in Vancouver. The Musqueam speak a dialect of the Halkomelem language called Hunkaminam. There are no remaining fluent speakers of the language. Now, less than 5 people in the community know how to converse in the dialect.
In terms of learning language, I'm constantly thinking about the things in the language. I'll be going about my daily activities, and I'll see something happen, and I'll think, I wonder how they would say that in the language.
What this does is they begin to understand what cultural activity was taking place to create the words. That really gives the words meaning. That is not just a contemporary meaning, it's a real more in-depth cultural meaning.
The Musqueam language, like most First Nations languages, was all but lost as a result of the residential school system that began in the 19th century. First Nations children were brought to these schools and taught European religion, education, and culture. The children were forbidden to speak their own languages and were physically abused if they did.
His youngest sibling and asked him, why didn't you teach the language to your children? And my father says that in response to that question, my grandfather simply held his hands out and showed all of the scars that were on the backs of his hands. And so the elders of our community over several generations became conditioned to think that it would be detrimental to their children's well-being to teach them about the language and the culture of our people.
Another obstacle the Musqueam dialect faces is the possibility of being swallowed up by surrounding similar dialects that are spoken by more people. The Halkomelem language encompasses 3 dialects, each with their own different names. The Musqueam speak what is known as Hunkaminam, or the downriver dialect. Halkomelem is known as the upriver dialect and spoken in the Fraser Valley, and Halkomelem is known as the island dialect and is spoken in the South Vancouver Island area.
It's really, really important to remain true to the Hunkaminam dialect, because it's the dialect and the language that ties you to the geography, it ties you to the culture, it ties you to the spirituality.
We need to make allowances for the fact that many of the people in our community are now more familiar with Halkominam than with Hunkaminam, our ancestral dialect.
Beyond these challenges, the bottom line remains the same. In order to revive and carry on a language, it must be spoken.
There you go.
Victor has been teaching his nephew Quietson how to speak the Musqueam language since Quietson was very young.
Well, the words are a lot harder because of the sounds.
Just let your tongue drop down.
Victor hopes to ignite a passion in Quietson for his culture through the use of their ancestral language. At his young age, Quietson understands the importance of this practice.
Do you think it's really important for you to know the language?
Kind of.
Why do you think it might be kind of important?
Maybe to pass it on.
What is it that makes us distinct as Musqueam people? As people from Musqueam, it's not the color of our skin, it's our language and our culture that makes us distinct as people from Musqueam.
It's been a long struggle, but it's been a good struggle because it's slowly coming together. Our young people, they're actually finding reasons for having to understand our language.
Do you know how to say my name is Quietson in the Musqueam language? Do you know how to say the...
Tanasqui.
Tanasqui?
Yeah, Quietson, Tanasqui.
Can you say that whole sentence?
Tanasqui.
Quietson, Tanasqui.
Quietson, Tanasqui.